The last time you saw us, we was on a squirrel and quail hunt.
Give me some right there, son. What I'm talking about.
This episode is a trip down memory lane where we take some kids hunting, and at the end of it, Hood takes a disabled hunter on a turkey hunt. We'll kick this episode off with Brayton on a doe hunt during Youth Weekend here in Alabama. So Brayton was very patient. I made him watch does all afternoon. Then right there at dark, he picked out the doe when she come out that he wanted to kill. And all I can say is high leg.
Oh, what a shot! Golly, what a shot!
Doe came out there. Doe was about 75 yards. Brayton took his time, got the crosshairs right on the shoulder. It's a perfect shot, right in the shoulder. And when you shoot them like you're supposed to, you don't have to track them, do you, Brayton?
So now it's late season and Chase and Gunner's been helping me all weekend on a school hunt, and I told Chase to take the kid hunting this afternoon.
So me and Gunner get in the stand and there's not much happening. Other than us playing games on the phone and stuff, we're just watching the green field. So as slow as this afternoon was, I wasn't surprised. I look over and I see Gunner sleeping on the job. So as I'm getting ready to wake Gunner up from his nap, I look out into the field and there's this nice deer standing there. So as I'm getting Gunner ready to shoot this deer, getting his gun and getting him situated or whatever, he does one of the most inspirational things I've ever seen. Before he would even take the safety off of his gun, he bowed his head and said a quick prayer. I mean, that just, for one, shows you how important this was to him, and for two, just shows you that his heart's definitely in the right place. And I definitely was proud to be a part of that hunt at that time. So when Hunter wraps his prayer up, he says amen, he clicked the safety off and he was ready to go. He put a great shot on this deer, and I couldn't have been any more excited. Neither could he. He was literally about to cry, I think.
What a shot, Gunner. Congratulations right there, buddy.
So, me and Chase were hunting, and he woke me up about 5 o'clock. We saw this big old buck. He was about 8 point, maybe 8 or 9. He's a big old buck, about that big. Shot him right up under the shoulder. Smoked him. Hopefully he won't be that far.
Heck yes, that was so awesome. So we give it a little time, we text his dad, and he's super excited, and it was truly wonderful. And we get down, go find the deer, and it was high fives all the way around. This hunt is one that I'll never forget for as long as I live. I mean, to see a little boy do that, I mean, for one, he killed a great deer, and for two, just the fact that he prayed before he pulled the trigger, it says a lot, and it's something that we could all learn from.
So let's rewind a little bit back to earlier this season in West Texas. Jeremy's son Logan had been hunting with us all weekend, working his tail off, putting us on animals, and I finally talked Jeremy into letting his son hunt this afternoon.
So Logan had been busting his butt trying to get me and Matthew on some deer. I mean, he's been scouting animals, telling us where they were, telling us we couldn't hit them for one. After a long week of killing stuff, we thought it was Logan's time to get behind the gun.
So we're about to go kill a big coal axis buck.
So we go to this area where we had seen a great axis for Logan to shoot the night before. So we get there, we start riding around, and we're not seeing anything. I mean, we're getting kind of disappointed, but as soon as we think it's over, Logan hits his dad and tells him to stop the truck. He sees him. So Logan gets the gun out, and I told him to hold on, which is probably the hardest thing I've ever had to tell him to do, because he was so ready to pull the trigger on this thing. He'd been waiting for this his whole life. But I finally get on him with the camera, and I give him the go-ahead.
That's my boy!
He dropped it. He's too good.
That's my boy!
He put the hurt in that. Let's just look at him cutting flips up there.
So let me just tell you, this was an awesome hunt right here. I mean, to witness Jeremy and his son bonding like no other over this animal, it was just awesome, man. I'll never forget that as long as I live. Just the emotions ran so high on this hunt for us.
It was just one of a kind, great experience. I'm glad Logan and Jeremy got to share that together, and I'm glad we were there to film it as well.
So we followed the trail and found blood the whole way, and we finally He was laying down right there by that. So here he is, not very big, but I'm still
Not very big, boy.
That's a good one.
Big, but the one horn, it's still fine in my book. I like him. He's bigger than any buck I've ever killed.
That's what's up right there, dude.
Good job, buddy.
Okay, I gotta get this thing running.
On this final section of this video, I'm filming my good buddy Eric Searcy on a turkey hunt. So I met Eric through Swole Fest, which is a non-profit organization we're both a part of. And he's just such a great guy, such a genuine individual, and he always has the greatest attitude about everything. And one of the things he's always talked about doing is going on a turkey hunt, trying to shoot one with his crossbow. So we try and make that happen and go on a trip to West Texas to Record Buck Ranch. After we got situated back at camp, we decided we'd go ahead and try to make an afternoon hunt. We didn't have much luck that afternoon, so we decided we'll come back the next morning and try to get him a bird on the ground. We had turkeys calling all morning, and finally we had a nice tom that came out right in front of us, and he was able to put a great shot on this bird.
He did it. He did it. He did it. He did it. Good job, buddy. Good job.
The bird maybe ran about 40 yards and then he was done. And we were so excited to be able to finally accomplish something that he was been wanting to do for a long time. Being a part of Swole Fest in this short period of time has allowed me to meet individuals like Eric, and I wouldn't trade that for anything.
Got in the blind this morning, said, God, please let the frustration in. And like all things, man, it's just, I've always told people that I don't want to be defined by the challenges that I've faced. I want to be defined by how I face those challenges. Being paralyzed by a drunk driver, having my college baseball career stolen away from me, and it was tough. It's tough, and I learned a long time ago that the only way to heal is to face it. And when I finally started doing that, it's just applied to so many different things in life. Turkey hunting, you know, get knocked down 2 times in one day, 4 times in the last few years here. And but if you keep trying, here's the result right here, you know.
Wow, that was freaking awesome right there, Hood. That's an experience I know you'll never forget. Memories being made is what it's about. Thanks for watching this episode on a trip down memory lane. The next time you see us, it'll be late season rifle hunting.
Oh my gosh. He's down.